What's up, guys? Just locking up for the day. It has been a very stressful day. 3 deliveries today. Very busy out of nowhere. I think a lot of people got home from vacation, and I was alone until today. So yeah, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I've ran this grocery store for almost 5 years now, and we make this channel all about small business. If you're interested in that, you might like this channel, so subscribe down below. Thanks for coming by, guys. I really appreciate all the support this channel gets. Try to make a video once a week, and yeah, it's all about owning and growing a small business. I live, breathe, and eat grocery. I guess I always eat grocery, but grocery, retail, small business, that's my thing. And I just recently invested all my YouTube earnings into my very own coffee line. This is some of the best coffee out there in the world. If you want a bag, you can hit up 13grandcoffee.com. Try the coffee that we serve here and the coffee that we sell per bag. And if you are interested in coffee, I can send you 1 bean. If you hit the like button down below, you'll get 1 bean delivered to your house, and everybody's happy. In all seriousness, guys, yeah, that's our new business. We really invested a lot of time, energy, and some money into it, and we're looking to grow it and show you the ins and outs of really putting our money where our mouth is, and reinvesting everything into starting something from scratch. You guys have seen this store many times, and we kind of have a little bit of news today. It's a bittersweet type of day. But yeah, this needed to happen, and I think it's going to be good for us and the future of this channel. So you'll see I titled this video "My Last Day at the Grocery Store." We've been doing this for so long, guys, that let's just say both of us are getting slightly bored being in the same spot. And it's not technically my last day, it's more Felicia's last day at the store. She's going to be doing something very different now, and yeah, before anyone asks, no, we didn't break up or anything like that. We're still good. Felicia's still going to be working here, I would say 50% of the time, so part-time, maybe more. I'd say closer to full-time until things get going on her business. And yeah, that's the start of this video, so let's get right into it. Let's see what happens, and I hope you guys enjoyed the build out for the last 5 years. And no, this store's not going anywhere. This channel's not going anywhere. Felicia and I started this store in 2018, very beginning of 2018. So we are coming up at the end of our lease. We have to make the decision if we want to sign another 5 years. That's usually how it works in commercial leases. You sign per 5 years. Sometimes it can be 3. We're going to negotiate and see what we can get for our terms. Always negotiate everything in your leases. I've told you this before, I know, but it's just so important because a lot of people will see the rent bill and the amount and just sign for 5 years. That's not what you want to do. Everything is negotiable, from how much space you get, how much you pay per month, what space you can use to help your store grow, like storage, cooler space, which we had no choice but to use as well. And it's been a lot of growing pains, and you guys have seen it throughout this channel. You guys have seen us, succeed, fail in certain things. You guys have seen new businesses pop up. Felicia's side hustle, where she makes gift baskets. We really had to get a lot of different revenue streams going besides just grocery to really keep this place going and actually make some sort of living from it. It's a very humble living. Even after 4.5 years, almost 5 years of doing this, it's still it's still a lot of growing pains, and that's just what comes with being in business. One thing is for certain, you will always have customers testing you every single day, because a lot of people think the world revolves around them. If you don't have a certain item or you don't make someone 100% happy, I'm sure you will hear about it. And not to say every customer's like that. 98% of them are generally okay. You can deal with them in any business. But there's always that 2% of people that just need to be right all the time. They are entitled to, things that no one else should be entitled to, or they want things for cheaper than you have them listed for, like it's a haggling thing. And that's just what you deal with. It's the cost of doing business, and we learn to get really good at that. It never goes away. It doesn't get easier, but you learn how to manage it. And you know, we're still here today when no one's really been had any burnouts, or no one went full gray in their hair. So you know, I can't complain too much. This place has treated us okay over these years, and you know, we branched off into a lot of different things, and Felicia's going to tell you what she's branching into now. But things aren't going to change too much, but they will change a little bit, and that's just how business grows. You have to adapt. You have to do what works, and you know, we've done that. We've adapted so many different times that we're learning that it's a constant adaptation, that you need to keep bringing customers in. Throughout this channel, I'm sure you've seen me walk onto this camera maybe almost 1,000 times now. I usually balance you guys on cans or espresso beans. We don't use tripods around here. It's a very rustic, you know, off the cuff type of videos. And yeah, it's been going good. You know, it's been going okay. And the certain things you may ask, like how did you guys adapt this store? Well, to be honest, it was supposed to be just a fruit and vegetable store. We realized quickly with the amount of waste that wouldn't work out. So we revamped everything and started carrying a lot more grocery, a lot more, you know, dairy, a lot more bakery. And you really realize that people aren't just here to buy, you know, fruits and vegetables. They may pick up other things. So we added a ton more inventory that we knew would sell. And we really invested almost every single dollar that came into this store for the first 2 years back into the store. And that's truly what you have to do for the first couple of years. Just keep reinvesting and growing. You're looking at the long-term picture, and even a 5-year business is still relatively new. So even us, we're still reinvesting 80% of everything we earn back into the store to improve it, to make it better. Like the new lighting we're going to be featuring soon, because it is quite dark, and people have mentioned that on this channel. This is a very dark store. It needs to be brighter. People need to see the products. So that's another thing that's going to be an expense that we're throwing back into the store to make it even better. This is a long-term game, and every business is. And you know, people will tell you online, you know, that you can start businesses and start making money in 5 to 6 months. That is very rare. I'm telling you, probably 2 to 3 years before you see a penny. But you know, more power to you. I hope you guys see money in the first month. You know, it's actually funny. It's Felicia's first day kind of being on the job in her new business, and she still worked here 3 to 4 hours, and she's still coming back and all that. But it was one of the busiest days we've had in 6 months. It's almost like the universe knew that Felicia was going to be gone, and they really wanted to test if I was going to be able to handle this place. And you know, I took care of things. I mean, obviously I'm much slower until I never do it. It's like watching paint dry for those customers, and people that are buying 3 items have to wait a little longer if they're behind someone who's cashing out 20 items, because me ringing things through, you know, I start talking. As you know, I can talk forever on this channel, and then I lose track, and things have to be, you know, looked over a little better. But everything went okay and everything's fine. But it's just funny how the very first day we announced that Felicia's starting her new business, that it's one of the busiest days in the store. And we're definitely gonna have to hire some people in general, because I'm trying to go part-time on this store, Felicia's going part-time on this store, and you know, I can't be tied to this business 60 hours a week anymore, even more. So really need to figure out my life in general. Before anyone goes on and on and on that, you know, Felicia helped glue together, the store is going to fall apart. Listen, we know that, and Felicia's not quitting full-time. We're still going to be overseeing the operations 100% around here. Felicia's still going to be working here pretty much every single day. Her new business is very flexible. I promised her I wouldn't tell you guys exactly what it is until she gets back. We may have mentioned it on a previous video if you want to check that out, but now it's official. Now she's completely, you know, ready, open for business, and we're just putting up the socials. Yeah, so before anyone says that, just know that the so-called glue of the store is still going to be here, and we're going to be growing and owning this business for quite a long time. You know, guys, I can't believe I've been doing this for almost 5 years. It legitimately seems like yesterday that I was putting the first shelf together. It legitimately seems like yesterday that I made a video on Felicia's phone for the very first time on how to open a grocery store. Time truly flies when you're in business, as I think we don't realize the day in and day out everything that's happening. But then when you look back 5 years, it's like, wow, I've been doing the same thing for 5 years, and that's fine. You just can't see the progress that you make. I'm just looking at the store right now. You can't see the progress you make when you're in it every single day. But if you remove yourself for a couple days and come back, you're like, and really look around and be like, damn, I created this. If I don't do this, it ceases to exist. That's what's kind of amazing about being in business in general. You know, obviously, you know, the risk and the reward is kind of just the amazing part of being in business. The no ceiling on your income potential, the no ceiling on your achievement, no one telling you what to do, being self-employed is amazing, and it has tons of cons as well. But I truly think if we never started this store, we would never have an interest in finances or other businesses, such as our coffee line down below, or Felicia's new business, or her side hustle. I don't think we would ever even start this channel if I didn't start this store. So just know, when you start one business, it's opening up a door to millions of other interests that can come along with it, and possibly new businesses that you may never thought you'd be interested in before, just stemming from your first idea. And that's exactly what happened to us. So I hope this channel kind of inspires people. That's the whole point of this channel, is to give you the inside scoop on what it really is like to own a brick and mortar small business in 2022, when the online world is literally destroying retail brick and mortar businesses. But there's still room. If you do it right, there's still room. We're doing okay. Okay, I'm not gonna brag and say we did crazy good. We did okay, and we're gonna keep doing okay, and hopefully good in the near future. And there's the boss now. Right, the moment that you've all been waiting for, the big boss is back. I told them you started a very new business. You may not be here full-time anymore, more part-time, but your new business is very flexible.
And he's very heartbroken. I don't know what he told you, but
I didn't reveal it.
The drum roll, please. I am a licensed realtor. I know in the last video that I talked about it, I was in the process of doing things, but I actually am fully licensed as of actually this morning. So I signed with a brokerage. I am licensed under, you know, the province of where we live, and my insurance is paid for and everything. So it is official, documents signed.
Don't forget about us when you start selling $1 million houses, and I'm still selling apples, oranges, pears, and stuff like that.
How could I forget about someone that I'm married to, who comes home?
Money makes people crazy. Okay, remember that.
True. That is true.
So don't let.
But I'm not one to go crazy.
Don't let
like
the money
that.
change you. Okay.
I will never.
You gotta remember us little guys, you know, who were selling apples and pears while you sell houses.
I mean, how can I forget? I've done it for 5 years almost.
What'd you do?
Sold apples and pears.
Yeah, well, now you're moving on to things that cost a little bit more.
The process has already begun. It actually began last week when I finished my final exam. I couldn't officially sign, you know, with the board of our province until my transcript was released, but I did sign with my brokerage last week. So I've kind of been doing like some online training with that. I have some in-person training coming up next week, and then I will officially just be ready to go. But I am actually licensed to start selling, trading today. So I will have my first listing at the beginning of August, so I'm so excited. I can't wait, you know, to finally get working and getting everything ready to go. We'll probably take you along on this journey. I don't know if you guys are actually interested in seeing like my progression through this, or if you're kind of like wanting to know about the real estate industry and behind the scenes, but I can definitely show you. It's really up to you, but I am so excited, and it's like a surreal feeling to actually be done. You know, all the hard work that I put in, and you know, studying and just all that kind of stuff is finally over, and you know, it's just nice to finally accomplish something that I've wanted for so long. Hope you enjoy this video. As always, comment, like, subscribe, and we do try to get to all the comments, and yeah, I'm really excited. So we'll see you next time, and I'm sure I'll have some updates in our next video on how it's going. See you later.